I told you that there was a biographer of Barack Obama who uncovered a bunch of bombshells about him years ago, and the media just ignored all those bombshells? Well, that's precisely what happened. There's a massively important interview over at Tablet Magazine, which is a great website that's worth the read. They did an interview with a historian named David Garrow, who wrote a Pulitzer Prize-winning biography of Martin Luther King. And then in 2017, he had a biography of Barack Obama in his early years, and it was called Rising Stars. By all rights, it should have been like a massive hit, this book, because it actually uncovered a bunch of stuff about Obama that the media never would have covered. Like, for example, the fact that in Dreams from My Father, which is almost entirely fictionalized, apparently, according to David Garrow, that when Barack Obama wrote his first memoir, Dreams from My Father, he has an incident where he broke up with a white girlfriend, supposedly because she couldn't understand why he wanted to get in touch with his black identity. And what actually happened is that she broke up with him because he was covering for raving black anti-Semites. That's what David Garrow uncovered. Media never checked into it. They never found the girlfriend. They never dug into anything remotely related to Barack Obama. By the way.
Oh, didn't dig into that, huh? I wonder why that is. And also one thing that I find funny, or interesting, I should say, a lot of these folks who are pushing this white supremacist narrative have white significant others themselves. AOC. Apparently, Barack Obama's a part of the crew. It's so interesting to hear these folks. White supremacy is the biggest threat to America. AOC's up there. Oh my goodness. Hold on, wait a second. Isn't your husband white? Even crazier than that. Didn't you vote for a white president? You can't make this stuff up. I mean, it's incredible. White supremacy, but I'm going to go lay down next to a white person tonight. What? White supremacy, but I'm going to go vote for a white person on election day. Oh, man, it's incredible, the thought process of these folks, man. Goodness gracious.
Other revelations included in this book were actual handwritten letters from Barack Obama to one of his girlfriends talking about his, and this is a direct quote, repeatedly fantasizing about making love to men. I mean, that's pretty bombshell kind of stuff, no? I mean, pretty wild and salacious. None of it received virtually any coverage at the time. But why? And the answer is because the media, when Barack Obama rose to the presidency, and as he made that rise, the media decided that they were now the actual Praetorian Guard. They were always biased to the left, but there's certainly a level of baseline honesty that required them to still report on things. And then Barack Obama rose to the level of the presidency, and every institution was weaponized on behalf of this man personally. That's actually what happened. The entire comedic institutional structure, for example, said it is forbidden to make jokes about Obama. You cannot make jokes about this absolutely self-obsessed, ridiculous man because he is actually a messianic figure. You remember that Chris Rock said that he's like the country's dad. This is the kind of... So comedy, out. Entertainment, out. They were all worshiping at the altar. The media, out. And our public institutions also started reflecting everything with regard to Obama. David Samuels of Tablet, who's interviewing Garrow, he said, Rising Star highlights a remarkable lack of curiosity on the part of mainstream reporters and institutions about a man who almost instantaneously was treated less like a politician and more like the idol of an inter-elite cult. And it's true, like the entire tech world revolved around Barack Obama. He became like the center of the political universe. Everybody thinks the center of the political universe is Donald Trump, but that's not actually right. The center of the political universe since 2008 has been Barack Obama. Donald Trump is a reaction to Barack Obama. Joe Biden is a reaction to Donald Trump and happens to be the third term of Barack Obama, since every person in position of major staffing power is a Barack Obama acolyte. Barack Obama, by the way, still resides most of the year in Washington, D.C., and it's amazing to me that nobody's actually attempted to track down how much does Barack Obama actually talk with all the people who used to work with him and shape policy inside the Biden administration.
Of course they don't want to dive into that because, one, he's a Democrat. You can't hold Democrats accountable for anything. You can't look into anything that they are doing. Just saying. I mean, this stuff has just gotten... Oh, my goodness. Stuff has gotten ridiculous, you know? And of course, he's black, so, you know, you can't look into a black person. That's racist now. Don't you dare do that. Oh, man.
And again, the corruption of all of our institutions on the back of Barack Obama's personal self-obsession is truly an amazing thing. So David Garrow, this biographer of Obama, he says in this interview, quote, he has no interest in building the Democratic Party as an institution. I think that's obvious. I don't think he had any truly deep, meaningful policy commitments other than the need to feel and to be perceived as victorious, as triumphant. But because all the institutions went into defend Obama mode, that has carried forward to Joe Biden. And here's the thing. They could get away with it when it actually was Barack Obama, because Barack Obama had this sort of messianic quality to him. Right? He was actually a really good speaker. He was actually a celebrity type. But Joe Biden isn't. And so as that mask is stripped away, and as the media have just been demonstrably proved to be members of that inter-elite cult, of course faith in them has absolutely plummeted. And of course the country has polarized, because the institutions that at least used to have sort of a baseline goal and purpose they had to fulfill, even if there was political bias involved, everyone distrusts those institutions now, and for absolutely good reason. And what that also means is it's very easy when an institution fails to immediately attribute it to this sort of inter-elite cult status. Is it failure or is it malice? Now, I've said many times that I try to attribute as much as I can to stupidity rather than malice. But the problem is, when malice has been pursued over and over and over again against a particular point of view, at a certain point, you start to see that maybe it's not stupidity, maybe it is malice. That doesn't mean all of it's malice, but it means it's easy to over-attribute to malice rather than to stupidity, which leads to further political polarization. And that seems to be what's been happening all over the place, institutionally speaking, in the United States. To really grave effect, by the way. Because what it means is that each side is now bouncing off the other. Republicans are reacting to anything Democrats say by saying that if Democrats hate it, we must love it, which is a bad idea. And Democrats are reacting to anything the Republicans say by saying that if Republicans like it, we must hate it. All of that was created by the Barack Obama era. This is not Donald Trump's era. This is still Barack Obama's era. We're just living in the aftermath of that era. As I've said many times about Donald Trump, people say that he killed American politics, destroyed American politics. Donald Trump was not the murderer. Barack Obama was the murderer. Donald Trump is the coroner who stumbled on the body and declared it dead. Are you tired of...
Well said. It wasn't Trump. It was Obama. Trump just stumbled upon the corpse. Well said. I never thought about putting it that way, but I'm going to now. That is for sure. Absolutely. And you know, it's crazy when people try to say, you know, this country is such a racist place. This country is so terrible for black people, yada, 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 yada. You know, you have these white liberals screaming this at the top of their lungs. And then it's like, hold on, wait a minute. But we had a black president. Last time I checked, black people in this country account for like 12 or 13% of the population. So that means black people had to have had some help. Even if you want to consider the our Mexican brothers and sisters is what are they? 20%? We'll give them 20%. I don't think they're quite 20%. I think it's pushing up. I think it's getting close to 20%. But even if you want to count them, we're at what, 33%? That's still not a majority of the country. So in order for Barack Obama to win, you're saying he had to have white people vote for him? Oh, what a coinky dink. I thought we lived in a racist country, though. And not only did white people vote for him once, but twice. It wasn't like it was just like this fluke situation where Barack Obama caught lightning in a bottle, right? And became president. But white people voted for him twice. But we live in a racist country, though. Explain that one. Just explain that to me. Explain that. It's hilarious, man. And, oh, man, goodness gracious, this stuff. Oh, I don't understand these folks, man. I don't. I do understand them trying to cover up for one another, which, I get it on one hand. But when it's so blatantly obvious, it's like, I'm not a fool. If we're calling you out on this cover up, come clean. Like, don't sit here and still look at us and say, oh, no, you're a conspiracy theorist. You're crazy. You're a MAGA extremist. No, I'm not. It's obvious. Look. No, you're a conspiracy theorist. Like, I'm honestly, I'm not even mad at them for trying to cover up for one another. Okay? I'm not even necessarily annoyed about that. I'm not. I get it. You covering the back of your own, your brothers, your sisters, you know what I'm saying? But when we're calling you out on the BS and you looking at us dead in the face and you calling us conspiracy theories, I've just that's where I get frustrated. That's where I lose it, But that's just me though. That's just me. Y'all let me know how y'all feeling in the comment section. Anybody with siblings or family members will understand. Like, you do something stupid, I'm going to cover for you. I'm not going to tell your moms, or I'm not going to snitch on you and get you a whooping. You know what I mean? I'm going to cover for you. Hey, I don't know. I don't know. You know what I mean? But at the same time, hey, if she know you did it, and she giving me the evidence that you did it, and she looking at me to confirm, I ain't got nothing to do with this, boss. Yeah, he did it. I ain't gonna even sit here and BS you, okay? You got all the evidence, all right? You got it, boss. I don't want no whooping too. I ain't about to get dragged into this. But hey, I guess that's the way it is, But yeah, Barack Obama started all of this. He started it all. What a shame. Y'all let me know what you thought about this one in the comment section below. Like, share, comment. Hit that subscribe button before you go. Final question. Do you guys think we could ever come back politically from the polarization? How far apart we are? Do you think Democrats would ever come back closer to the center? Let me know. I'm out.